Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we're going to build a super chilled relaxation drone machine for meditation, because we could all do with some meditation these days and relaxation. I have a MIDI mixer here, just an 8-channel one. We don't need much, but you don't need to use MIDI mixer if you don't want to, but it's nice for automating like fades and stuff like that. And then I'm just going to move this with my finger. In this, just below MIDI mixer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply another MIDI, an audio unit MIDI processor, and Atom piano roll. And before I connect Atom to anything, I'm just going to open it. And what I'm going to do is just draw in here. I'm just going to draw in one long note along the bottom here, this C, and that's basically done with now. So we can just click out of that. And I'm also going to set my tempo before I do anything else. So you open Atom and you can just draw your note in. And I only need one atom. And then I'm going to set the tempo here to about 80 BPM. And then in this first slot here, I'm going to add in SynthMaster One to start with. I'm going to open this as well, go to Browse, and I'm just going to check my favorites because, let's see, my favorites. This ARP-IES or eyes or ears is the one we're going to use. So if you wanted to do that, just search for the ARP, AYES, like this. Okay. I'm going to close this. I'm going to lower the volume a little bit. And I'm going to open the toaster beside SynthMaster One here. And I'm just going to hook that up to Atom, like this. And hopefully now if I press play on the transport, you get that beautiful meditative ARP, which is just a preset, but it's absolutely lush and perfect for this. So we can actually turn off the metronome now because MidiMixer switches it on as a session sort of thing. Okay, so moving the next one along, what we're going to do here is add audio unit extension. And I'm going to add this mood unit, Waverly, here. And then I'm going to open Waverly and go down to Mellow Piano here, which is one of the 99p IAPs, and just choose Mellow Piano Big Softy. And then I'm also going to route that to the same riffer as SynthMaster One. So now we'll get this. Lovely. Okay, so moving along now to the last actual instrument we need to add, we're going to add in here a Mononoke, like this. And I have a preset here saved. So I'm going to load my preset and it's in user patches and it's called Relax. Okay. And what I'll do is just let me expand this a little bit so you can see the tunings. It's basically, I'll show you what it basically is. It's basically well, you can't, but it's basically a C minor harmonic. Is it a C? I think it might be a C minor pentatonic. So, but you can see I've got an F and E flat, this, and then this is kind of just going to run in the background. So for effects, what we're going to do for the, where is it now? For Mononoke here, I'm going to add a Alteza. And I'm going to choose another preset called Hypnotic Amnesia, like this. And I'm going to leave this exactly as it is. I'm not going to mess with it at all because I find it worked really fine as it was. And then on the actual, sorry, I've got some notes. On the Waverly here, I'm going to add a Blackhole. And then I'm going to also add a AU3FX Dub. And again, I don't need to actually adjust anything on this. I do on the Blackhole. I need to just make the mix bigger and the size bigger on the initial preset. That's it. And then for the last part in the Waverly, because everything starts to make it quiet, so we'll lower the volume a tiny bit. I'm going to add the new Schlap Compressor. It's down here from KLM Audio, like this. And again, I'm going to leave it on a default patch, but I'm going to mess around with the input. So now, if we just lower SynthMaster a sec, and also Mononoke. Well, Mononoke won't play until I start holding notes, but we can hear the Waverly. And because it's on a 2-bar loop, we could probably increase the feedback of this a little bit. Maybe. Tiny bit of that. Okay. And at this point, I think I will do a save just in case anything happens. So I'll just call this chill for now, and then we can just save session, saved. So we're not going to lose anything if anything goes wrong, sort of thing. Now on the SynthMaster One, which is playing that lovely ARP, I'm just going to add a PanStation from Audio Damage, and I'm going to choose the light shimmer preset, and I'm going to drop the rate down to about half, which would be absolutely fine. And that gives the effect of this. We can stop. Okay, so let's stop that now. So I think that's all we need to do basically for the, this is my microphone, the end one here. So now what we want to do is start to blend all this stuff together. And all we need to do is engage our play. And then start to have Mononoke running as well. So we can switch all these on to hold. Lovely. And seriously, if you can just chill out to that. You don't need to do anything else if you don't want to. However, if we go all the way along to MidiMixer, let's check our channels here. We've got channel 6, 7, and 8. Okay, that's all it is. The rest of it's blank apart from my mic. So we open MidiMixer. And I'll make it a bit bigger. And you'll see that I've got it on. Just stop that a sec. Actually, I don't need to stop it. So 6, 7, and 8, yes. That's Mononoke, Waverly, and SynthMaster. So like I said, what we can do now is start to manipulate our session. So maybe just for what I'm going to do is initially set this to 2 seconds, this fader preset, just this first one. And I'm going to put this in here like this. Well, actually, do you know what? I'm going to set this to, we could have it on beats, but I'm going to set this to 15 seconds. Okay. And I'm going to do this up like this so I can hear it. And that's fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this little snapshot icon here. And I'm going to hit S1. And I'm going to just do that. And that is snapshot 1. And then what I'm going to do is bring that up to about there. Hit snapshot again. Snapshot 2. And go yes. And then snapshot again, snapshot 3, and then I'm going to take out Mononoke again, snapshot 4, yes, and then I'm going to drop out Waverly, snapshot 5, yes, and then snapshot 6, yes, and then I'm going to take the volume down for that and hit snapshot 7, yes. So now what we can do is basically just play with our snapshots. Now you can also engage all this and record all this in manually and just let it play for as long as you record for. That's another brilliant thing about MidiMixer. So let us just sort of shorten this up again now. And once I hit snapshot 1 now, we can start to chill our bananas for a bit. I'm going to mute my microphone. Actually, I'll do it with my finger. I'll just go mute it and then start the session off by hitting snapshot 1. And don't forget, we've got 15-second fades, which is lovely. And there you go. But of course, you can do this in any key you want. You can add any other instruments you want. You can spend a long time with MidiMixer. You've got options for 8 channels, which I've just used, 12 channels, and also 24 channels. So yeah, it's very cool. It really is, though. It's really nice, this kind of thing, because like I said, you can further automate MidiMixer to do all that without you having to touch it. You can just blend in stuff and fade it in, and literally it's just a matter of, I'll do another tutorial for that, but arm and all the records and the master record, and then you just mess around with the faders on MidiMixer. Anyway, guys, listen, I genuinely hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like the video or subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Well, please consider becoming a Patreon from as little as $1 a month. We don't have a tier system, so you get access to everything. Or if you can't do that, please make a one-off donation. Help support what me and Joe do here at the Sound Test Room. Anyway, thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you later. Ta-da.